What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
We're here for the part 2 of the headlight project, and now me and my friend Tom from previous drifting video, we are gonna wire everything back to the car. We kinda already got into the process, which I didn't show, but all the items and lights that I bought, they all provide the instructions where to wire everything. So I linked everything down in the description of what products we're using, so you will find there all the wiring diagrams. So there you go.
So what we've started doing already, figuring out what needs to go where. We need power to this ballast, the other one. So really all we've done so far is measured, kind of gave a little slack from power wire. We're going to be going off the fuse box over here, possibly off the battery, depending on how we're going to go with the two. Our signal to our turn signal, right now we've just kind of mocked it up here. We're just going to do a test. See power where it's going. We got our red, which is what we're going to be running to our power here, which is ran up and across and over. We're going to tuck that later. Right now we're just, like I said, mocking it up. And all we have left is our ground. We're going to go off of here. I want to look that up and make sure that's okay, but hopefully we're still ground off that, and then we need to get our signal. So we're testing our signals. We need to find what was given it to power so that we can put that to our LEDs. We tested it. We found the green wire here. Out of your 3 wires that are coming to your turn signal bulb, your green is where you're going to want to be pulling your power from for the little ballast there. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to get that wired up, pull it off there, get it hooked up, start knocking it down. Yeah.
A couple hours later, we figured out which wires go where. As we showed in the previous clip, that we found that green wire that goes to the turning signal, so we wired everything. We checked if everything works, and everything does work. We have to keep the stock bulb for turning signal, and it actually doesn't look bad. It actually looks really cool, so we'll keep that in. Currently, it's really cold. We're a couple hours into the project, trying to figure out the second headlight wiring. Probably not gonna get it done today, like the whole project, but we'll try to mount at least one of the headlights. Another thing, we need a heat gun for wire loom, plastic loom, the thing that goes over the wires, and we don't have a heat gun with us. But yeah, we'll have to either improvise and do something else, or just wait until we get all the tools. We are done for today. The car looks eyeless because it doesn't have eyes, headlights, I'm like really tired. But we are coming back in a couple days, possibly. Maybe I'll come by myself, maybe I'll come with someone else. But it has to be done this week, and you guys are gonna watch this and see how awesome it all is. I will show real quick how we wired everything. I'll show where we located everything. We'll get back to you right now to the next day. Day 2 of the wiring everything, and we are testing everything. Everything works just fine, but we had a problem with an LED strip with a turning signal. It would turn on, but it would have every 3 LEDs would stay on after the signal is off. Apparently it's cold and the thing has to warm up, like a little box that you connect the LEDs to. And it's super cold. We cold here every day, Chicago, woohoo! But, so we figured it out, it has to warm up and then it works just fine. So I finished one headlight. I just wired everything together. I will show you on the second headlight how to wire everything together, how to solder. I have no idea how to solder, but I did it and it works. So for now, I'm gonna try to solder positive and negative to the first headlight, and we're gonna mount it, and I'm gonna show you how it is, and then we're gonna solder all the wires together on the second headlight, and I'm gonna show that as well. That should be really cool. I'm sorry I'm shaking because I'm cold. For now, I'm gonna wire ground and positive power to the headlight, to this LED strip. I ran white because it matches my car, from the battery positive. Later on, I'm gonna put a fuse in the car with a positive, and that's where I will wire the positive from. But for now, it's just gonna be off of the positive battery thing. And I have a ground right here. It's a black wire because ground is black. and it's mounted to my car, literally to the chassis right here. And it works. So I have two wires, black and white. White is power and black is negative. I'm gonna solder them to the headlight and everything's gonna work just fine. I'll show you that in a minute. So once again, I was too lazy to film it and show you on camera how I wired everything. So I'm gonna do it on the second headlight. The headlights aren't gonna be perfect. I know that the projector is not lined up perfectly, but it's like, you can't line it up perfectly. Trust me, I tried. There is some dust inside of the headlights. Inevitable, it's gonna happen, so don't worry about that. From far away, no one can see it anyways. And we unfortunately scratched a little bit on the lens, but once again, you can't see it from too far away. I put the headlight back together just the same way we took it off. Put the connectors back all together and put four bolts that hold the headlight back together. There's a bolt on top, one on the side, and two on the bottom. Now I'm gonna show you how it works, and now I'm gonna show you possibly the problem that we ran into. So the turning signal, see what it does? It has like weird things here, but then it warms up. Maybe it flickers weirdly. I don't know why, but then as it warms up, it goes fine. It goes completely fine. I don't know what it could be. I will have to figure that out. Maybe, I think it just needs to warm up, but that's okay. And once the turning signal is off, it should be off, but sometimes the orange stays on partially, like that, and it flickers and it stays on. I don't know why. I'm guessing it just needs to warm up. But yeah, it's super weird, but that's what it does. That's the problem I run into. It just does it. I turn the turning signal off, and that's what it does. But there you go. Now it's gonna be like this. When I turn the daytime running lights, it's just gonna be white, and when I turn signal, it does this. I think while it's white, it's just gonna warm up the whole thing anyways, and the turning signal shouldn't be weird. There you go. That's how it is. I will get to the second headlight. I will do that, and I'll show you how to solder things together, even though I can't really teach you because I don't know anything myself. After that, we're gonna have to put demonize, connect them all together, because I have the wire coming out of the headlight for demonize. I have a little box for demonize. I'm gonna probably locate it somewhere by the battery. I'm gonna have to run the wires all the way back, and we'll see how that goes. So here we have the right headlight of the car. All the wires are already in there, so everything is put back together. Over here, red and black from green and black are the daytime running lights. So we are going to wire XK Glow LED strip. White wire, we're going to wire it to the red one. So we have to splice it open, get the connectors, put them all together and solder them, and put the rubber piece over it so the connections don't get touched with some other connections, which will interrupt the connection, and I say connection too much. Here we have already spliced green cable that's going to the turn signal. The green one is the one you want to wire your turning signal to, because there is one black, which is ground, and another one is blue, and another is green. Green is the one we need. Blue, I don't even know what it is, but the green works, and that's what matters. I have the demonize coming out of the headlight already, and here's a little connector for the LED strip. Here's a little box for LED strip that I'm just putting inside of the headlight. So I'm just like kind of just bunk ass shit, pretty much. Just put it all together. It looks like crap, I know. It's like a lot of wires, chaotically. I'm still learning English. But, I mean, it works. I just put one headlight on and it works. Everything's just fine. So let's get to soldering. So I didn't show the process of myself soldering wires together just because I'm not a professional. You probably would have laughed at me. And if you want to know how to solder, probably you can look it up on YouTube or anywhere else to how to solder you'll find your answers. I did all of the soldering myself. Yes, it's probably really bad, but it works. Now I have two wires, black and red, which I'm going to connect to power to the car, to the battery, and we should be good to go. We should be able to mount the headlight on the car. Then we're gonna mount the demonized little box, connect the demonized connectors, run it all really nicely, and we should be done. So before soldering everything to the car, I just soldered everything on the headlight. I now connected the wires, white and red. The white one goes for positive power in my car because I made it happen, because I bought wires and everything, as I said before. And the black one was black one, the ground. I have two wires for each headlight over here by the battery, positive. So we gotta connect it now and see if it works. Woo! Yes. So it works, everything is fine. I'm gonna go back to the car, you can stay here. I'm gonna turn on the signals and everything and make sure everything works. So both of the headlights should be on. I hope that one is on, right? I can't see it. Huh. Alright. Well. Huh. Well, this means we did something wrong. So apparently I figured that I didn't connect the headlight harness to the car harness. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm sure everything is fine. So I'm gonna go with it. And if I did something wrong, it's gonna be bad. But if you do it yourself, you wanna make sure everything works. You should connect your headlight to the headlight harness on the car and touch the wires together, like black and red to positive and negative, or positive and ground, and check if everything works. Because if something doesn't work, you have to redo everything. I trust myself, so I'll go with it. So everything looks good. I just finished wiring everything together. Unfortunately, the other side, daytime running lights, which are these ones, the other side doesn't work because it's not getting connection. But all the LEDs and everything else works just fine. Demonized work just fine. I'm probably just gonna cut these because without it, I think it looks better. But yeah, so I'm sorry for not so much of an informative video or DIY. More of a like me hanging out and talking about some random stuff. But everything is done. Everything is done somewhat the right way. It's not perfect. I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. I knew something's gonna be wrong, but it's all good. Anyways, this is done. Demonizer inside. All the turning signals work. Everything just perfect. I'm really happy with what we got so far. Guess it could be better, but it's all good. I talked too much, so anyway, thank you for watching this video. More content to come. I'm doing a lot more mods on the 350Z, and not only 350Z, it's going to be other stuff. Also doing a car review soon, so stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Stay positive.
Your fingers